Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Craven County where a couple is now facing drug charges. Craven County detectives and New Bern's Police Narcotics Unit searched the home at 710 Bear Hole Road near Vanceboro as part of an ongoing investigation into 32-year-old Zachary Stevens, who they say was selling drugs out of his home. Deputies say detectives were able to make a traffic stop on Stevens, which is when they got probable cause to get the search warrant on his home. The search led law enforcement to arrest Stevens and his girlfriend, 28-year-old Hope Hasher. Now, fentanyl was found inside the home, according to deputies. Both were charged with trafficking opium or heroin, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver a Schedule II controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, Stevens is facing an additional felony count of trafficking opium or heroin. Stevens and Hasher were taken to the Craven County Detention Center without bond. Now, in other news, we again need to highlight the ongoing trade war between President Trump and pretty much the rest of the world. We're now again learning that most tariffs that were scheduled to go into effect this past Friday are now going into effect this Friday. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has more on the latest.
This week ushers in another new era of Trump tariffs, with a new wave of enforcement set to begin Thursday.
We have hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our country now. We should have done this many years ago.
Amid troublesome signs for the economy. According to a new estimate from the Yale Budget Lab, the rising prices from all the tariffs could cost the average American family $2,400 in 2025. Separately, Ford reported an expected $2 billion cost from tariffs, largely on imported auto parts. Other popular brands, from Hershey's to Procter & Gamble, predict price increases on household goods. A weaker than expected jobs report in July and revised data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics tracked a slowdown in hiring going back to May. The president fired the official in charge of those statistics.
We had no confidence. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous, what she announced.
The president claimed the jobs report was rigged, and Sunday posted that fired official had engaged in a scam. A top economic advisor was pressed to back up the charge. The data was rigged.
Do you have any hard evidence that these numbers were wrong?
Yeah, there is very hard evidence that we're looking at the biggest revision since 1968.
Are you going to present
if
that
you
evidence?
look at the number itself, it is the evidence.
But the previous commissioner, who served under Presidents Trump and Biden, said the dismissal of Erica McIntyre will damage the agency's credibility.
I don't think there's any grounds at all for this firing, and it really hurts the statistical system. It undermines credibility in BLS.
And again, that was Kelly O'Donnell reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast, where again today we are looking at very comfortable conditions outside. Let's take a look through our Neuse River cam. Right now 73 degrees, northeasterly breeze at about 8 miles an hour, and well, dew points down in the mid-60s. That, I think, is probably the best part of the forecast, is the humidity, or reduction of humidity we've seen since last week. Now, really quick, do want to say good morning to Amanda Bloom over on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in from the Maysville and Jacksonville area. Again, also loving the cooler weather. It is here to stay for at least today, maybe a little bit tomorrow, but tomorrow we're going to start to feel that humidity gradually come back as the northeasterly wind flow will start to diminish. But right now we do have some light showers rolling across parts of eastern North Carolina. Sampson County, right now the recipient of some of those showers. We've seen a few raindrops around Hyde, Dare, and even Terrell County so far this morning, but a lot of those showers right now are pulling the way off of the Outer Banks. Still, again, seeing some more showers over the Pamlico Sound. So for those of you watching along the Outer Banks, do understand again that you do have some rain coming up over the next, maybe give it over the next 30 minutes or so. Now, of course, these rain showers we're seeing across Sampson County, those are going to continue to work their way into Duplin, but again, not much there. Just maybe a quick raindrop or two, nothing you need to go worrying about. Current air temperatures reading generally in the mid to low 70s, anywhere between around 70 to 77 degrees is where we find ourselves. We do have 78, though, in Stumpy Point, along with Cape Hatteras. But as you head further inland, again, it's more 70 to about 75. Overall, again, a very comfortable start, but unfortunately, we have started to see that humidity come up over the past 24 hours. Yesterday felt incredible. Today, still feeling pretty darn good. I'm not going to shortchange the mid-60s for dew points, especially this time of year. But again, we are going to see the humidity slowly come back as we head through the next few days. Today, again, is going to be incredible. It's going to feel very nice, very comfortable. But then as we make our way through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you'll note eastern North Carolina there just getting darker and darker with that green, indicating again climbing dew points, climbing humidity, and a return to that August-like feel. Of course, we're supposed to be humid this time of year. The fact that we aren't is just naturally a nice boon, a nice little gift in the middle of summer. For this afternoon, highs getting into the low to mid 80s, 82, 83, 84 degrees between around 1 to about 6 p.m. Now, there will be again a little bit more sunshine over the tail end of the day than what we're seeing as we start the day. But then overnight tonight, again, with the clearer skies, air temperatures should dip into the mid 70s by 9, low 70s by the time we get to around 11. And then from there, we could still end up in the upper 60s as we make our way into tomorrow morning. Now, of course, the lower your overnight lows are, the lower your humidity is. Here's kind of a look at exactly what we've got going on across the country. At stationary front, just kind of giving up. You can see, again, high pressure system up to our north, certainly helping us out. But another area of low pressure and frontal system will really develop across, really, I would say, Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. And then it will force in quite a bit of warm, moist air into eastern North Carolina as that whole system slowly creeps its way northward as we head through your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Again, that will bring about more rain chances to eastern North Carolina as we head into the tail end of the week. You'll note Wednesday, a 40% chance of rain. Thursday and Friday, that chance goes up to a 60% chance of rain. Now, what we're not seeing on your 8-day forecast are air temperatures in the 90s. And that's something, again, even though humidity is going to be coming back, at least we can hang our hats on that. Now, over the next 2 nights, later on tonight into tomorrow morning, 66, 67 degrees for your overnight low. That will still keep air conditions comfortable, at least compared to what we did have last week. So again, don't get too discouraged again that the humidity is coming back. It should still stay fairly low so long as our overnight lows remain in the low 70s versus the mid to upper 70s. Once you get to those overnight lows around 75, 76 degrees and higher, that's when you really feel that sticky, humid feeling throughout the area. Now, of course, Friday night into Saturday, we've got an overnight low of 74 degrees, but again, we're not going to be able to dodge it for long. It is normal to, again, have high humidity this time of year. Anyways, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.